Hello everyone, me phone here, and I'm Son of Beast. As you all know, that the season of the NBA is officially done for the year. Now it's time to step into the postseason and get started for the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Who will be heading to the championship game of the conference, and in the NBA Finals? Find out once this game starts here in the first round. Let's get started on 2K Sports. Hello everyone, Paintbrush here, and welcome to the second day of the NBA playoffs of the first game of the playoffs game of NBA. We're making a great part of the team, as we saw a couple of them made that one with the wins. But now, the first three is finished. The next three are on the board, as we're about to be seeing the next matchup. Philadelphia 76ers, the third seed, are taking on against the visiting team of the sixth seed, Brooklyn Nets. Now, without Kyrie Irving, it looks like they could try to make that one a good solution, to make that one a fair run with a good ideal to make that one more appropriate, to make that one in common. And for Ben Simmons and Steph Curry are the secondary lineups. We may not sure what will happen with the Sixers if they are all given a chance to go with a taunt without a clue. I don't think this will never happen at the real games. If you guys are listening to this right from your phone, your devices, or on TV, of course, you may not want to try to be taunting back at them. You want to stay with quiet input. But now, here are the starting lineups, as we have the Brooklyn Nets: Spencer Dinwiddie, McCall Bridges, Cameron Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Nicholas Claxton. On the Sixers side, we have James Harden, D'Anthony Melton, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and Joel the Process Embiid. It's time to send you to Wells Fargo Center for the start of the first game in day 2. The commentary I will have is on the report, as I will have is Mr. Meatphone 4, along with OJ, and the third contestant and a third commentary on the report I will have is Test 2. I'll be back with a halftime show after this first half of the game and post-game show. Guys, it's all yours. Enjoy your first game of day 2 of the NBA playoffs. Nets, Sixers, let's roll. 2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA playoffs. A look from the sideline of the bus as the teams are ready to take on their games in the playoffs. A Brooklyn Nets and a Sixers. The gorgeous one of the game is happening now in Philadelphia. Hi everybody, I'm Meatphone, and this is NBA on 2K Sports of the playoffs. Right now we have David on our sideline. Hey Dave.
Kevin, thanks. The Sixers are focused on winning titles. Coach Doc Rivers says, I'm a driven human being. I decided a while ago I no longer want to be in the party, I want to be the party. When you set yourself up that way, you're going to have a ton of disappointment. But it's the only way to go, as far as I'm concerned. Kevin?
All there is after all of the game for Joel. Thank you. And with the starting lineup of the group, Joel Embiid and Nicholas Claxton are the key matchups in the center. And this is about to be starting the biggest matchup in the game. I have to tell you that one here because there is going to be a lot of back-to-back switches out there. They've seen them playing it. We've seen the Nets playing against the Sixers since the playoff of this matchup in 2019. That was the latest part of the game that was ever faced, like they always did, from the bottom of the switch. With Jimmy Butler and the other kid playing this game, really has it all down on board. We're just starting at the opening tip-off with Fueled Up and Gatorade. All fueled up, and we are ready to go. The courtesy lineup is we have is McCall Bridges on Milton. Then it's PJ Tucker on Dorian Finney-Smith. Johnson is up there with Tobias Harris. Joel Embiid is on the center guard, and he's covered up here with Claxton. And James Harden on Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie was the only man that has ever done it before. They played it here since back last season with the Dallas Mavericks. After this part of the game, it was a tough one to try to make it clarify to give that one a run. Well, to say about this one, it wasn't really that tremendous night. But to say about that, well, they all get there. Well, it's very kind of tough when they try to go with the runs. In that play, in this motion, really has to be turned out like they always never seen it coming along here before, and they were already getting there like they haven't done it with most of the work of their routine. That may be the key to give that one another shot on shot checks. Nicole Bridges on the fast break. Dinwiddie for the two. That's good, two-pointer as Bridges has got his first bucket. And Dinwiddie's got his first bucket. You call that one play. That's really has to be one play of a shot. And that was Dinwiddie with the release. Now here's Melton. Trying to switch it back over to Harden. Fades a shot, finds Melton. Shoots back over to Tucker. Give it over to Embiid. With a two. Rebounded it back. Embiid rejected by Claxton. Ooh, Claxton got a big first block out there. Melton takes a steal. Here's Harden. Gives it off to Embiid. Shot fade. Right towards Harden. With the dunk. Oh, he made that one in there. That play in this drive can be like, dude, how can you feel that the Beard Man was out there? That was so aggressive. And that was a great extended replay presented by AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Johnson. Johnson puts a dunk right in the front of it. Here's Harden, has only scored a couple of big points, and with Embiid on the ball. Right back over to Melton. Thinks about it, goes right to Harden. Right towards the back is Harris. With a two, no good on a two-pointer. It's absolutely hard to, what they ever do to this part of the game. I mean, this is really very kind of tough. I don't know what to say, but this wasn't very hard to try to let it go and go back with the offense. An offensive mobile one drive from McCall Bridges. Here's Tobias Harris. He swings back over again to Melton. Melton trying to drive it in front, back over to Tucker. Swings back to Harden. Up and overhead to Embiid. Around Claxton, and he's fouled. That will be the first foul on Brooklyn as Claxton receives his first personal. And Joel Embiid at the free throw line. You're saying that this was Joel Embiid looking for a shot. He was right toward the open man advantage out there, looking good with the contact. But at this moment, this really has to give himself a good look of it. Might be impossible to try to let it go. Embiid hits the first free throw. With the percentage of this run, we have Ben Simmons checking in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Across on the other angle, we have is Sadie Thomas. Royce O'Neal comes in for Claxton. 4 players checked out. Milton, Maxey, McDaniels, and Harrell are checked in. Second free throw for Embiid is good. Here's Curry. Passes to O'Neal. O'Neal surveying the floor on offense. Harris for three. Off the target line as Embiid picks up his own rebound. And a foul called on Ben Simmons. That's his first personal and the first second team foul. Oh yeah, that's an easy one on the call. Can't let that happen. George Niang checked in for Embiid. And expect a block for Nicholas Claxton. All because of what he was doing, he was getting there right at the target. He says, give me that. He was reaching it high, trying to reject it on Embiid. The legendary player was able to try to focus it. That goes to violation on the call. Went a little too long here. And now Brooklyn has it. Here's Curry with the drive. Scooping, no good for Curry. Milton's got his first bucket. Rebound. Liang, right over back over to McDaniels. McDaniels finds Milton. Maxey in the corner for three. First three-pointers in. Maxey's got his first bucket for three. Down to 2 minutes remaining in the first. Royce O'Neal on Liang with a shot. Rebound by Ben. Simmons scoops the drop. Back in the lead by 2 over 1. Now there was a way to get things over with because that was very tough and aggressive. They'd have no other way to go. And that may have been a choice to get over the line and go right back where they have. Liang swings back to Milton. 5 on the shot clock. McDaniels for 2. Rebounded by Harrell. Harrell's first shot makes it in. The first bucket is in. Right now they're back up by 1. Here's Thomas, right to Harris. Harris to Thomas. Royce O'Neal for 3. Triple range, good, outside the mark. And they're up by 2. They're back-to-back switches. They may have to maintain themselves to do it again. They've got to get over this. Liang outside, swings over to Milton. Milton looking on the floor, given to Liang. 6 on the shot clock, with a shot, rebounded it up again. O'Neal trying to make a surveying floor on the defense. Now here's Curry. Harris for 3. Overhand way, goes in. The splashdown takes for Brooklyn up by 5. They're absolutely nowhere to go. They got to figure it out where to go out there if they can try to step it back. Thomas on Maxey. Try to watch the pressure on the floor. With the step back, 2-pointer no good for Thomas. Here's Milton. With the 2, George Niang up. No good in a free throw range. And that ends the first quarter. 16 for Brooklyn and 13 for Philadelphia. We'll get the second quarter right underway when we come back. And we are back here at the Philadelphia of the Wells Fargo Center. This part of the game of the Philadelphia and Brooklyn. Taking a look at the Brooklyn, how they've done. Every part of the playoffs has turned out to be just undergoing with the team, and they try to do the best they can. Well, precision on that note, they really have a hard time to try to make that one game to go with a better look on the offense. But they're not really hard enough this occasion. If they try very that hard, they've got to do something else.
I have to say, this is all the team that really needs to get this thing done. Don't try to excuse that, because that might be a tough one of ability run. Awesome, Tyrese Maxey drive. That goes right toward the bucket. And that was your mobile 1 drive for Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers. Here's Johnson, covered up by Harris. Gives it off to Bridges. And Finney Smith with a 2, and he's fouled by Embiid. That's his first personal foul for the Sixers. As for David Aldridge, did talk to Doc Rivers. He was able to notify what the team can definitely try to do. His all focuses on attention. This is what we do. We don't want that one to get out of play and focus attention on our goal. We have our spirit. Let's play hard. Let's be aggressive. And yes, the aggressive one needs to keep this right on the momentum. Without any help, they could be definitely losing their streak. They don't have anybody else out there to keep it in cover. First free throw sent in for
Finney Smith. The second free throw is good for Finney Smith. And to talk about this one, this has to go with the hard one impact. They have to do it right. He passes to Embiid. Embiid around Claxton. He's fouled. That's his second personal foul. And right now, another team foul releases for Brooklyn. Joel Embiid, like stepping around him and says, "Excuse me, I was able to do my own kind of move." Well, he was like around him. I don't even understand what he was going to do. He's trying to forget about that. It didn't really just go right forward with the shots. He has to go right in between the edges. Embiid hits the first free throw. Now for Joel Embiid, he was able to be a legend process that he had played for in Kansas State University. With all of his clue, this might be his next person to give this one a go. I'm hoping there is another year to give that one a run if Joel Embiid could be the next player in the Hall of Fame. Well, I have to say, Joel Embiid was a very excellent player. Really turned out to be like electric light, like they know the process on inbound. Whenever you call that one in, you can call him Process or Joel Beast Embiid.
I like that name. That's very neat.
Bridges for three. Three-pointer off the mark as it goes back over to PJ Tucker. Embiid with the ball. Lays over to Harris. Harris back to Tucker. Trying to have the screen. Harris over again. Over around Finney Smith. That's good. Tobias Harris has got his first bucket. And PJ Tucker with the assist. Here's Dinwiddie. Passes to Bridges. And the move looking for a shot opener. Bridges for the two. No good here. As for a Wednesday win against Detroit, against the Pistons here at Detroit, they'd have 26 points here for the better play in this game, and he made a run.
And outstanding motion was definitely turning out to be just like him. All in one because nobody else had that one. Just better in that one, but you might stay focused on that one if the Nets are going to make that one a win.
Defensive breakdown puts a struggle for the Sixers as the screen was rejected up. Now Harden will take the ball over. They're back up in the lead for one. Tucker swings over to Harris. Harris trying to look for it. Double man. Finds Harden. PJ Tucker outside. Gives it to Maxey. PJ Tucker better look for an open range. Two-pointer, no good. That's the question, because this is not very hard to try to leave it up to deck. You don't want that one to get out of the way, because that player is already on you. Finney Smith trying to regain the ball. Bridges with a shot. Fade away, not even to take the floater in. That turned to be a lot of crucial. Maxey finishes the left hand with the drive. And they're back up by one. Joel Embiid with the assist. Dinwiddie finds Johnson. Johnson looks over to Bridges. On Maxey, inside the zone. Excellent. Good D by Joel Embiid.
Embiid's not really giving up this point. I mean, what in the world can you do? You may not have it enough out there.
Embiid pass is broken up. Bridges on the fast break. Over Harden. Rebounded by Embiid. He recovers 5 rebounds in this game. Now goes to Maxey with the 2. Good look. And timeout called by Brooklyn with 2:14 to go. 23-20 is your score. They're up by 3. Excellent work for Joel Embiid. Good process of the move with the generation to make that one count.
And I have to tell you this one here, that Joel Embiid never really stands out to quit this game. With all that happens, it has to be one to try to leave it off behind. That's what they have to get the goal, to try to move it along forward.
The NBA Playoffs on 2K Sports is brought to you by American Express. Don't live life without it. Mountain Dew. Do the do. And by Ruffles, the official snack of the NBA. In just a few moments, we will have the halftime show ready to be waiting here for Paintbrush, as he's got a good questions idea for the first half of the game that will be up for after the second period's over. Right now, the new substitutions are coming in right in the moment, as both players are checked out for Brooklyn, and new changes for the Sixers as Milton is checked in for Tyrese Maxey. McDaniels is checked in for Tobias Harris. Leaves the ball alone, goes to an air ball. That goes with the Sixer ball, and Royce O'Neal in depth downward.
Oh boy, that air ball floater went shooting up in a rainbow, like a water sprout.
Milton over to Milton. Swings off to Harrell. Up and overhead pass back to Milton. Milton with the drive. Good feed in. Milton gets his first bucket. Now with 25 and 20, here's Seth Curry. Here's Thomas. Covered by Milton. Looks and waits and open shot on the court. O'Neal for three. It's rebounded by Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's got his sixth rebound of the night. Turning over to Embiid. Fades. Back to Milton. Swings to McDaniels. Gives it to Embiid. Up at the two. Count the bucket and one. The process of Embiid has gotten this third of the bucket. And he's fouled on Seth Curry. He made that one a two-pointer with a look. And that one was a great help here in offense for McDaniels. What a shot. One shot called for Joel Embiid with 1 minute and 14 to go. And he makes that free throw.
He's talking about that one wheel of a lifetime. Joel Embiid seems like he's an overrated player for the Sixers.
Could have made that ball, but it was still Brooklyn ball. Just 1 minute and 6 to play in the first half of the game. Here's Simmons, right outside from the front. O'Neal for three. Rebounded up by Harrell. McDaniels back to the other way as they're scoring for no points regained in the last 3 minutes for very part of the game. Harrell to McDaniels. McDaniels trying to go back the other way. Time is looking down. Two for Melton. That's off target line as Thomas takes his rebound. Thomas with the ball. Swings up. It's McDaniels with the steal. Milton up. Finishes the right hand and goes with the drive after Milton's assist. Here's Thomas. Ball's loose. Rolls out of bounds and goes back to Brooklyn ball. Now the new substitution coming in for the Sixers. Right now, House is checked in for McDaniels. Only 18.3 seconds to go in the first half. 30-10 is the score. Thomas trying to regain the group. Try to watch carefully. Thomas up. Rejected by Embiid. Oh man, the Embiid was out there like he knows before. Milton makes the two-pointer to end the
the first half of the game.
That's what you call it. Great block and great two-pointer from Milton.
Well, that was turning out big. I like that motion. They do an excellent job. Let's get you down to David Aldridge on the sideline as we have him standing by. David?
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Joel, an early lead and a lot to like from the performance thus far. So great.
I thought we played great. The next thing is, I thought I had some fun. I made a mistake. I was going to take the win. I thought we did great.
We know the adjustments are coming and we'll see who takes advantage. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Be back for the halftime show. Third quarter coming up after this. All right, let's have those guys what they've got.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports halftime program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. The second quarter was all theirs. Major uptick in offensive and defensive intensity as they did their jobs with precision. Now sitting on a comfortable 12-point lead at the half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Sixers?
They've really established themselves in the glass. Being dominant there has been extra possessions, which they've cashed in on. Now we just got to, bring the same energy to the second half.
Kenny, what's your take on Brooklyn so far?
Well, they have to improve their defense. Guys were getting burned on the perimeter. They went for the hand up, as my man used to say, hand down, man down. Oh, we got to get some help. That pretty much covers everything. Shaq, you think they played their best? No way, no way.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Thank you, guys. About to get started for the third quarter. Take you back down to B-Phone. And we welcome you back at the Wells Fargo Center and ready for the third quarter to be played. For this team, this all has to give out to one of the best players in this game, Joel Embiid. The process is doing really well on his outstanding run. Could be going for an extra point of curriculum to go for the race towards the Kia MVP.
Yeah, they're really liking him. I mean, the moment it was really turning them out to be like they're all doing for the best thing in the world. They want Embiid, they have to go with the vote of the Kia MVP for the race. From Antetokounmpo and Jokic.
Taking one more block here from Nicholas Claxton. Always made that one a good one to pick up for tonight. Oh yeah, it's very a sensible run. They really have nothing else to proclaim it, but that was not all that they are going at. When Nicholas Claxton gets to the ball on Embiid, he goes right toward the rim to try to smack it. Finds Vinny Smith. Rejected. Oh man, the dunk is loose. The ball gets away, and here comes Embiid. Swings back over to PJ Tucker. Tobias Harris right to the right side. Harden in the corner for three. Take it back for Embiid. Tucker pull it back from the other hand to Hooker. Tucker back over to Embiid with the two. Floater up and in the net. He's got another bucket over Cameron Johnson. All he has to go with that floater right in it. And that was your mobile one drive for Joel Embiid. Here's Johnson outside. Swings back over to Dinwiddie for two. 2-pointers good at the marker after Cameron Johnson with the assist. They're benching the outscored Nets by 7, and their game is just keeping it down on the roll.
Yeah, they're doing it really much. I mean, proven to be out there for one particular day, but I don't think they would have had that choice, that they were going to make that one a good choice of an offer. They got to go for some help.
Here's Milton. Cash flutter outside. Makes the three-pointer. They extended their lead. Up by 5. Up by 5. And he's fouled. That goes with the Tobias Harris foul. His first personal, first team foul for the Sixers. Cameron Johnson trying to look over and almost lost the ball, but that block would have almost captured him for the moment.
Well, they got him. And all you have to do is not try to regain the offensive control. They are nowhere to be found. They have to do something else.
Johnson at the free throw line shooting 2. Just 4:09 remaining in the third quarter. First free throw sends in for Johnson. Now new changes are coming along the board as Melton and Joel Embiid are checked out. Then it's Maxey and Niang are checked in. Second free throw for Johnson is good. Here's Harden. He brings up to Maxey. Maxey swings over to PJ Tucker. Trying to watch the floppy motion. Finds Maxey. Good pass by Tucker. And Maxey makes a shot in the 2. He's got 11 points for tonight.
That play motion of this one for Tyrese Maxey really does that one again.
Johnson for 3. Three-pointer missed off the mark. Niang back over to Harden. Here's Harden trying to swing from the board. Give it to Niang. Floater. Layup drive no good as Finney Smith got a great defensive rebound ability. Here's Johnson. Swinging for the 2. Foul and 1. Tyrese Maxey with the foul. And it has their second team foul for Philadelphia. Johnson made that 2. He's at the line shooting 1. Now new changes coming in for the Sixers. As right now, PJ Tucker is checked out. Back in is McDaniels. Missed the throw. Now Harris has the ball. 3:15 left to play in the third quarter. Gives off to McDaniels. Tobias Harris back outside. Swings to Nia. Up at the 2. Give me that ball! Nicholas Claxton claims it.
Oh man, that claw just really has it all. That was a defensive breakdown.
The foul calls on McDaniels. That's his first personal. And now the Philadelphia has their third team foul increased. All because of that one, because it was McBridges that was able to make that shot. All that happened was they got a good piece of it for Claxton to try to reject the shot and try to deny it right ahead. First free throw went off the mark. And then now new substitution changing in as right now Johnson is checked out. 2 players checked in as Thomas and Simmons are checked in. And right now Mikal Bridges at the free throw line shooting 1, moved to another position. Harrell is checked in for Tobias Harris. Mikal Bridges hits 1. And now Stock Rivers will use their timeout for just under 3 minutes to go in the third period. We've also definitely heard that this ultimate of the game has really changed now. If you're looking towards the next game, we got the Bucks and the Raptors coming up in just a bit. As right now, standing by on the commentary sideline, we have his son of Beast, and he will be able to be reporting with Silver Spoon. And the other hand, on this side, it will be another one to give that one a tough call to give the point ahead, to make it count and reduce it for another part of this game. As right now, the third one is brought in as Lightbulb will be heading in towards the next commentary with the third commentary crew for the Bucks and Raptors. It's all coming up after this game is over. New substitutions have already made, and now they're back on court. Now they made some switches there, and now they're ready to go. Here's Harden, swings it to McDaniels. Up in the shot. Good D, but McDaniels made that shot, and Harden with the assist. Dinwiddie with the ball. Claxton outside finds Simmons. The floater making a miss out there for Simmons.
He's missing it too much out there. Most reason it's not going to be enough to make that call.
And with this reporter of David Aldridge, the new head coach for the Brooklyn Nets really regained their control and getting out of the way. They're trying to like pull up the pressure. Without Steve Nash, this ultimately has to give this thing a new head coach with the job. And with that moment, really has to give that one a better stand to give all they have.
I know it's very tricky because of this one, but David Aldridge is making a lot of proportion out there to make that one a goal. Really couldn't help it.
But in that moment, really needs to stand alone with the set.
The play needs to be out there in good motion. They have to fix it and do the job.
Harden slammed it and lost the ball. Oh man, that was a tough call, but it turns over to be Brooklyn ball.
I don't even see that point. James Harden, he lost the ball. I don't think it was in rejection. If it was rejection, like a block on it, that could have been the other player that did it.
Double man finds Simmons. Simmons back to Thomas. Free for Curry and in the wing. Thomas for three. Rebounded by Claxton. Gets a shot in. Another rebounding and a good bucket score made for Claxton. They're trying to answer back here to make a comeback rally to get back in the game. They have to do it again. I don't know what they go with, but Claxton really should have done it was go with a dunk and then try to go with the alley-oop. That has to be right. It's going to be a close one. Milton with a drive. He's fouled. And Curry with the second personal. Brooklyn first team foul. We've got a minute to go in the third. Shake Milton is at the free throw line, shooting two. Another free throw percentage for the Sixers.
Taking two shots.
Milton, it's the first free throw. You tuning in with us here for the animation epic. We got the closing of this one, this part. That the episode has already been released. So stop into my channel and check it out. The next interview will be The Floor, which will be coming soon after the new episode. Milton hits the second free throw. Milton has right now 6 points in this game, looking for a way to cash in to do more and more. Thomas for three. Makes the bucket in, and then coming back down again to do it once more, down by 9.
They're all happy enough here that Thomas was given there. They got to do this one. Just the right moment.
McDaniels back to House. House layup. Rebounded by Harrell. Trying to reset the floor for Milton. Gives it off to McDaniels. Finds over to House. In the corner, Maxey. Driving in front. Good. Maxey with the floater. He has 13. They are back up by 11.
They're all doing this once more. They really have to show it off, what they've got.
Thomas from the elbow. No good on the two-pointer. Here's Harrell. Swings to McDaniels. With the three, Milton. And short off the rim. That ends the third quarter with a great run of 45-32. Ready for the fourth quarter action? We'll get to you back after the break.
They're all doing what the verbally loved team, and they definitely did it all.
Exactly. Let's get rowdy. Now with the recruit, let's have a look at the State Farm Assistant begin. Now here's what I have to recall that one in by those two. Now this was the ultimate alley-oop with making that pass over to Embiid, and when that fell, that did turn over to be McDaniels with the assist.
He's really in confidence on his word, doing really what he has done most of the game.
And 3 quarters have passed already. We're down to the final quarter of the game. Glad you joined us with me here tonight. And right now, here to courtesy filled up by Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go for the final quarter of the first game. Good stop by Embiid. He's like already moving quickly.
Did that one. Too many.
Simmons on Embiid. Harden outside finds Tucker. Harden back over again to Harris. Swings off to Tucker. Tucker with the fade-off shot, going to look at open rebound, and he's fouled. Royce O'Neal with the first personal. That's another Brooklyn team foul for another shooting foul. Well, as for PJ Tucker, he was able to go with that look. After playing with Miami Heat, he now wants to relieve his team to play with the Sixers. Tucker, it's the first free throw.
Now with that one, if PJ Tucker would really keep him for the Sixers that long, he would definitely have to wait patiently to give that one a good look.
Finney Smith is checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Johnson is checked in for Joe Harris. Second free throw went off the mark. He only made one free throw at the line and made that one a clear vision of the court. Here's Bridges. Dinwiddie to Finney Smith for 3. Good! The bucket range outside is turning up the heat. Brooklyn coming down by 9, and they are just trying to keep it going. Embiid, look out! In the Packer! Joel Embiid, 11 points! The leadest NBA in the game was 10.8.
Yeah, it really is to go with that one. Joel Embiid, just go with the flow.
Johnson for 3. Three-pointer! Back-to-back switches. They're down by 10. Harden back to Tucker. Try to swing it to Harden. Harden to Melton. For the 2. That rolls off the rim. Another rebound for Spencer Dinwiddie. Ball loose. It's Melton with the ball. Harden on the fast break to Melton. And lifted, score big. Melton has 9. And Harden with the assist. Next timeout call by Brooklyn with 4:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. Oh yeah, the fans keep on happening here at the rise of brotherly love Philadelphia. Really stepping up the pace.
They are really doing us a lot of the hard work. Most of it pays off again. I say, Philadelphia, we don't want you to leave. We want you to never quit and get in the game below.
Exactly true. And because I know that Philadelphia was definitely the only place out there, how does it really turn out to be a heart for a home? That you really liked my latest episode, or the previous one.
Well, yeah, definitely it would say, because the heart is the home for the Sixers to keep on pressuring in. If he really wants to keep that one home, I mean, don't judge me, because I'm not the only one who can try to keep the court here for me.
And not mine either, because that's not particularly me.
Well, you have your point all authentic on the board.
Hey, don't mind me. I mean, this is yours. I mean, keep you whatever you want. Just what you ever expecting what the whole court is. And with that one, it's pretty. If you have a different range to try to spice it up, you may have a new court to do it on your own.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. They're all in Depths Nation. Don't judge me. Have that one in my opinion.
As we were having a report for David Aldridge, he's supposed to be the head coach of his team for Doc Rivers, and definitely one of the better plays this one. He has brought this team to a full attention. This is ours, guys. We do not want to keep on reaching it to do it again. We have won, but not for others. Melton swings to Embiid, almost lost the ball. Trying to recheck it on Simmons, but that's a great help on defense. Simmons over to Johnson, and they're pressuring it down by 7. Johnson makes a layup and an assist by Ben Simmons.
They can't mess that one up. That really needs to be up in an important look.
That's expressive. One drive for Brooklyn. James Harden with a step back 3. It's rebounded by Ben Simmons. Brooklyn trail by 7. Dinwiddie cash it! They're coming back down by 4.
All it has to do, they've got to get the close games up there. They need to start fixing it up the bigger ones.
Harden swings back to Tucker. Now swings to Harris. Harris outside the ring. Here's Melton outside. Harden in the corner. 3-pointer missed again. Simmons trying to work his run. And a layup scoop. Good. Simmons makes it drive. And they're pressuring it down by 2.
Oh man, don't want that one to hear it.
Embiid with the floater. It's Milton with the assist. And Embiid got 13 points in the bucket range. Now the next time I call by Brooklyn, they got 2 more left to go before the end of the game of the regulation. The NBA Playoffs on 2K Sports is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Do the do. American Express. Don't live life without it. And by Kia, your local Kia dealer. The moment that inspires. And a chance now to close off the New Balance Player of the Game. And for this one, the player hasn't done it the most. Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie was able to try to put the pressure right from here. All lone sets, they have it on the play screens and the protection. Most ranges for Spencer Dinwiddie is keeping it clear.
I agree. Spencer Dinwiddie welcoming back to the Brooklyn Nets. He was able to miss on that one here, but don't worry, he's got it all covered.
Just 2:20 left to go in the 4th quarter. Simmons lost the ball. It's Harden with the steal. On fast break, here he comes. Harden swings over again to Tucker. Tucker back over to Harris. Harris with the 2. Using the backboard is off the mark. Only 2 minutes left to play in the 4th quarter. Johnson. Good! Cash that in. Number 2 point score. They're down by 2.
They're catching up right now. They have to do it.
Here's Embiid. Excellent. Look at the floater. Almost was fouled by Simmons. And Embiid has 15. And Simmons trying to go for the range. The foul's called on Melton with the reach. That's his first personal. Philadelphia adding another team foul on the leg. Here's Dinwiddie. Outside the mark. Looks to Simmons with the 2. That's going to be a foul called on Tobias Harris. They will get their 2nd team foul for Philadelphia and 2nd personal foul for Harris.
Not so good out there. This is definitely a worse part, but Ben Simmons wants to do this one again.
The fans disregard him. They're really disliking his motion. That play can't be helped. At that moment, they have to do the work they did. Simmons at the free throw line shooting 2. The first free throw, swings it in. Second free throw sent in. Now Down Rivers will use their timeout with just only 1 minute and 36 to go in the 4th quarter.
Just really has to turn things out. All because it happened because that Doc Rivers really did have a good timeout call. He gotta be a definitely two.
Now, here's Harden. Harden on the three-point line, right past the Melton. Melton swings over to Harden. Trying to give it to Embiid over Simmons. Shot bucket scores. Embiid has 17. And points in paint was given up to 10.
Fans are really liking the process of the man.
Johnson for the one. Good. Outside range. They're down by one, and Spencer Dinwiddie getting the assist.
All over it again, they can't be left out alone. They don't want that one to heal up.
Harden swings back to Melton. With just 1 minute to go. Here's Tucker. Tucker with the double man. Finds Harden. Shot clock down to 5. Tucker with the screen. Gives it to Tucker. Goes for it. And yes, sir! He made the two-pointer. No foul call. He was perfect. Excellent job for PJ Tucker. He was sorry he had one, but thank you, Harden. Trying to pull it back. Great D on Embiid. Here's Harden. Finds Harris. Harden for 3. Rebounded by Embiid. Embiid receiving another rebounding of the game could try to keep their moment alive in game 1. All because it happened, they have to do it. Foul called on McCall Bridges. That's his first and second team foul for the Brooklyn Nets. 20.9 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Right now he's at the free throw line shooting 2. Philadelphia adding another free throw percentage here for another play of this game. Melton hits the first free throw. Now to interchange up for the Brooklyn as Claxton's checked back in for Ben Simmons.
Well, his good run turned out to be for Ben Simmons out there. Unfortunately, he has to sit up for the rest of the day. Sit up for the rest of the game.
Melton hits one. Nets will use their final timeout for the fourth quarter of the game. In just a few moments, we will have Son and Beast along with Silver Spoon and the third commentary of Lightbulb ready for the next part of the game in the NBA playoffs, as we will have Milwaukee Bucks and the Toronto Raptors playing at Fiserv Forum for another part of the Eastern Conference matchup in the first round. The conference, the better feeling this part of the game has to be all coming alive. And then sooner or later, once we get the game started, go on there and check it out as we have the next game in action on 2K Sports, only on Son of Beast. Your team's doing a lot that hard for this season. Without the player of Ben Simmons and Seth Curry, they all have their thoughts to keep Joel Embiid for the center of the legendary player star of the Sixers. They're absolutely doing it the most player that they can do. When they have the right opinion to do that, they have it all of it
it down, they have it going good. I like it when they have a lot of technique scores, because the moment it all happens, they really want to keep it over and under the pressure that they're going for. He finds Cameron Johnson for the 2. That's good. They're down by 3. Here's Harden, and he will be fouled by Spencer Dinwiddie. That'll be his first personal, and their 3rd team foul for Brooklyn. Now for Harden's on the free throw line, shooting 2. Just stopped the clock at 17.2 seconds. Harden missed the first free throw. He missed the second free throw. Here's Dinwiddie down to 13 on the game clock for 3. And will not pick it up in time. And a foul's called on Johnson. That's his first personal and their 14th foul.
All it did happen was because they were going out of focus with the rebounds.
9.6 seconds, stop the game clock. And now he's at the free throw line shooting 2. First free throw missed.
Well, he's trying to keep it focused out there for once. But the second time he has to do it, he's got to get better at this one.
It's the second free throw. Last possession for the Brooklyn Nets. 3 for Johnson. Hits the 3. And they're going to have to make a quick call. They got to make that one quick.
All it did, they have to do it.
And he's fouled. That goes to Finney Smith with 1 second. And with that moment, this game turns to be over for the Sixers and the Nets to take a win over the Nets. And Harden's at the free throw line shooting 2. Takes 1. And just 1 more left. And he hits the second. And that ends the first game of the day. Sixers make a win over Brooklyn Nets, a 64-60 run.
A fantastic run. Even though it's hard, but don't have to compress that. They've got it all done.
And now let's send you over to David Aldridge for the closing of the game in the first game of the playoffs. David.
Thanks very much, James. How did you hold on to get the win?
Our motto was keep fighting. Like I keep saying, we know how tough they are. We gotta keep fighting on both ends of the floor. Stand and tag home, be aggressive. We just gotta fight for ownership.
You were the last team standing tonight. Congratulations. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you very much. With me, Phone, along with Test Tube and OJ, this has been a presentation of the NBA playoffs. We'll see you all for our next couple games in Game 2. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone. All right, me phone, thank you so much for your time. And along with the crews, we can't wait to have you all back here for another game. So the Sixers started a great run of the win in Game 1. They turned out to be one of the bestest. The legendary of Joel Embiid did turn out to be like he did it before. And now with this comparison in the mid-range, here's how they did in his still statistics. 50% for the field goal range for the Sixers, and 50 free-pointers was turned out to be Brooklyn. 82 for the free throw for the Sixers. 11 fast break points for the Nets. Points in the paint, second chance points, bench points, assists, and an offensive rebound and defense rebounds. With steal, and only 3 blocks was occurred. That was Nicholas Claxton turning back the other way. It really has to happen with one of each of the players that could definitely try to mess anybody up
on the play. Turnover points off was only the Sixers with 3. That was less. Team fouls was only Sixers. And too many fouls for the Nets. They have 10. And a dunk performance was only 1-1. Biggest lead was 15. And time of possession was 13:43. And with that one, only had 1 timeout left for Philadelphia. So that's it for the first game. Time to close out the 3-star players of the game. Starting off with number 3. This one really has to turn things over that they got a good ones here. Spencer Dinwiddie is a New Balance player of the game, but unfortunately didn't have the right courtesy to make that one a good look. So that one, it changes over to the 3rd star of the game. First, the 3rd star, Tyrese Maxey, 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Only did have that one with a good drive, good jump set, and only a 15 performance run was able to pick up his momentum. That was all that happened where he was going. The 2nd star goes to Joel Embiid, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and made 2 blocks. What a rejection. And with the 1st and 3rd quarter, really turned out to be like they are doing it again. I was never seeing how well he was doing. He was a star. Killer. Like he was ever doing it before. And your number 1 star, well, all lead points, thanks for nothing. It's Cameron Johnson. 21 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and only made 1 terrific dunk performance with 25. So that is it for the first game of the Sixers and the Nets. I hope you enjoyed watching this part. And if you'll stay tuned for the next game, we've got another matchup for you. It's the Bucks and Raptors. So with that one, I hope you all enjoyed the Sixer and the Nets. A collision course of New York and Philadelphia. Might be a change off like they've never done it before. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching this one. Peace out everyone for a while as the NBA Playoffs on 2K Sports Style. This is Paintbrush, and if you're tuning in for the second game, it'll be out there just a couple minutes before game time. See you all later. And to everyone, a good night.
If you don't, somebody will.